And all right, let's go. I am actually using my headphones today because they are working on the roof. Um, that woke me up. I was like, do I hear the music that I think I hear right now? And I did. It was actually not an extremely unpleasant way to wake up, believe it or not. But my head is hurting. My head hurts. Y'all can still kind of see all that mess back there. See, I literally you can't even see my hand down here. I literally change so little from day to day. I don't know how the setup is so seemingly drastically different. It's like what's changing is the camera zoomed in more, and I don't think it is because I'm never zooming in or zooming, and I try to zoom it out. It's like okay. So I guess this is going to be 7 days of me processing through everything that I'm going through because I, for gosh darn sure, thought I was done by the time I recorded yesterday. Like y'all saw me out in the rain, I was feeling good, and then by the end, ooh, the 2 and the 5 of Raphael. I want to read the 5. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. And 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And this is what's effing me up, honestly. And to all the folks who have been, I guess, this is going to be as full as I can give clarity and honesty from my perspective as a singular entity on this planet right now. For those of y'all who have been on a twin flame journey or whatever, I feel like I am so sorry because I have talked a lot of mess because I've never really been tied to anybody. 2 of Michael and 2 of Gabriel. Just saw the 2 of Raphael. And 2, 2, 2, and 5. That's 6 and 5, right? It will be better. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, find a compromise is the 2 of Michael. 2 of Gabriel says, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. And I feel like I should apologize because I don't know, there's just this, and to me it's super annoying. I have a lot of Saturn in my chart. And I was looking at Astro Matrix and my guiding planet is Saturn. And I was like, guiding planet, what's that? And then it's like, well, it's the planet that's behind your sun. And then my chart ruler is freaking Venus, so and I think I'm coming a little bit more into my Aries energy. I think I'm gonna start watching Aries readings because my Venus is in Aries, and I've never really resonated with Venus, or I've never really resonated with Aries videos too much before. Um, but I don't know. It's just I was feeling so good yesterday, so good, released, detached, free, and then by the end of the day, I'm in it again, and I'm annoyed because I'm like, what the freak is happening? Like, because part of me honestly, wholeheartedly, truly wants to believe that things will improve. And it's interesting because I feel like I can get a lot of insight and I can get an idea of what's going to happen in a lot of situations and scenarios. But this time, 10 of Raphael and the Ace of Gabriel. Love and blessings fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. And then A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing. A sense of wonder. Um, I'm not gonna keep reading these because I do want to actually get to this. But I will continue to note what's coming out at the cut. Um, but it's like usually with my intuition, I can get some kind of idea of what's happening or what's going to happen. But this time, I have no clue. And I'm trying to remember the chariot and the fourth Gabriel. I'm trying to remember what the oracle said in the Matrix. She was like, she can't see past decisions that we don't know if we'll make, or we can't see past decisions that we don't know why we made, or something like that. And like, I feel like the reason why I'm so in this space of, it's not even disconnection, it's just not being able to see what comes next, is because choice choice is heavily involved. And it's like past the shadow, past the healing, past ascension, past all of that, Seven of Michael and the Ace of Gabriel, past all of that is choice. And I've used, I'm realizing that I've used choice, and I've used love, and I've used maybe in some ways some aspects of the journey to further myself. I'm going to take this, and then I'll pull the card from the bottom, and then we'll start. But I've used all of those to further myself. I've used all of those to help defeat my shadow. I've used them as tools. And I don't want to say I'm unique in that, but it's easy for me to do stuff like that. It's easy for me to see deeper opportunities within what is presented to me, and that's one reason why I don't regret giving so much and going so hard, is because I've learned a lot about myself and how much I have to give. I actually kind of sort of value who I am, um, a lot, a lot more than I did before, and um, part of me is just like, I feel like the world would call me a fool for continuing to believe what I believe in, for continuing to feel what I feel. And I'm trying so hard to connect to myself internally and to get the lesson that, not the lesson, but to get the answer to the questions that I'm asking, because it's not, it can't be answered outside. And unfortunately, it involves another person. So there really are no answers. It's just choices between two people. And um, it's like what I feel when I go inside. It's like keep loving and to be there, and to not stop doing what I'm doing, but to keep a space for that in some way. And then I look back on like how things went down and what it looks like. And I look back at all of the times when I chose to care and to try to be there and to try to be understanding more than I chose to like accept my own feelings, because I feel like, I don't know, and maybe that's just one of the interesting parts of being a human, trying to embody some kind of level of love and consciousness, right? It's like when you can see through the hurt and the pain of people, and you know that if you can see sometimes the space out of which they're acting, then it's like, why would you take it personally? But at the same time, it's like my own feelings are valid too. And it's been interesting sort of like reconciling the two of those. And honestly, I do feel a little lost because it's like my heart is at peace, but my mind is, I don't know, it's like I don't know what to believe right now. And I know that there's an element of time, excuse me, and I'm not going to ramble too much. But shoot, I guess this is therapy for me while everybody locked down. Um, and just making sense. I feel like I'm a late comer to this journey, and even if I'm even on it, and I honestly, truly thought that it would be different because I tried to do so much work on myself, and maybe that's another reason why I put myself in this situation, right? But at the same time, it's like I'm also exactly in the space I needed to be for the people I need to be in this space for. And I feel like I've definitely been able to see the strengths of some other people where I don't necessarily have it. Because it's like, I feel like I would have broken down by this point and given in. Um, and then there's a part of me that's like, what if I'm not even right? And at first I was so like prepared to just like be wrong. And actually I'm gonna look at these because I wanna see if this is like related to what I'm talking about now, if this is related to what I'm gonna continue to talk about. So Seven of Michael and the Page of Gabriel. So that's like Seven of Swords and Page of Wands. Um, Seven of Michael. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. Page of Gabriel is energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. Um, it's like, I don't know, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep shuffling because I don't think this is what I'm supposed to end with. And then the Empress is left at the bottom of the deck, even though the Page of Gabriel was there. So behind then the Knight of Michael, behind the Page of Gabriel was the Empress, and I feel like that's kind of sort of the space I'm in. It's like I'm looking at the light of someone, and for the first time in my life, it's been like, don't walk away, don't give up, don't walk away, don't give up, because like I'm working, I'm doing it, and like I have the luxury of knowing and believing the Sun and the Eight of Gabriel. I have the luxury of knowing and believing that like the person I feel somewhat entangled with is actually the type of person to do the work, right? And so that's why a part of me is like, have faith, have patience. But Two of Ariel and the Eight of Gabriel. So I've officially seen all of the twos. um, excuse me. And so that's another thing that makes it difficult, right? It's because like I'm in this space of like I'm like trying to be like, I know who I'm dealing with, and I know what that person is capable of, and I know that they're gonna get it. And like I kind of want to cry, but it's, I don't know. uh Piece number 13, Archangel Azrael. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And then the wheel, Archangel Jeremiah. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. And so it's like I see stuff like this and I'm like, so does that mean like leave the person behind? Right? Am I leaving the person? And it's like the person that I'm leaving is not the person. And maybe it's the Pisces in me, maybe it's the part of me that like always chooses to see the best in people. But it's like the person that I'm leaving behind are the person that I would be leaving behind isn't really who that person is. And I don't want to walk away. But if it's what I have to do, it's what I have to do. Five of Raphael. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I have to do, so. I don't know. Alright, so this one's going to be heavy, maybe. Man, I was just in such a good space. It's like, how did I end up here again? The High Priestess and the Three of Ariel. And that's why I get annoyed, man. I feel like I haven't actually cried, though, in a while. Because the last time I cried was maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks in a day, maybe. Because I think it was on the Thursday. Before the Friday. And I don't know, I feel crazy. Because it's like, is the part of me crying the bit that's like, doesn't want me to walk away from something or someone who's like truly meant to be there? Or is this just part of the grieving process? I don't know. And of course, there was a bit of me that was angry, but it's like I'm not even, it's like, why am I mad? Who am I mad at? I don't know. Man, the world and the Page of Gabriel. I've already read the Page of Gabriel. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Is that Michael? That is Michael. Man, freaking Michael. And then it's like, I don't know, I understand that everything happens for a reason. But it's like, why was I led to say something if this is how it ends up? And like, even in the dream I had before I said anything, I'm like, in the dream, I'm like, it's not even time for this. It's not time for this. I remember saying that in the dream. It's not time for this. Like, this is everything I want, but it's not time for this. And then it's like I wake up the next day. I had just gotten this deck. This deck came in the mail that day. I'm pulling all these cards, right? And Michael keeps popping up. And I pull cards about the dream. And it was like the moon and the chariot and some other stuff coming out. And I'm like, well, in the dream last night, like, I know that it's not time for this. And then, like, Michael keeps coming out, and then I get hit. Synchronicities. Heavy, heavy synchronicities. And I was like, I don't want to talk about this dream. I don't, because I know that the time is not yet. I know it's not time yet. But Michael kept coming out. The star and the ten of Gabriel. I'm actually going to read these. The star is Archangel Jophiel. A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. And the ten of Gabriel says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours and trying too hard to please others. My angels is the ones that got me in this mess. Michael, why you do this to me? And then I end up saying something, and then after everything, I'm like, okay, so, like, why? Like, if I already knew that it wasn't time, why? And I know why. It's because I was supposed to reach this space that I'm in, right? Everyone who was supposed to get to their destination has arrived at their destination. But now that we're at these destinations, it's like, okay, well, what do we do? Because I don't know. I see why it happened, but I'm just like, why? How long have I been rambling? Oof, only 21 minutes. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? I'm going to begin now. I'm actually going to... Oh my gosh, this sucks. This is heavy. I'm just like, man. It's fine. I'll be fine. I know I will be. I'm just like, why did it all have to happen this way? Like, could it not have happened a different way if things aren't supposed to be? And then it's like, well, who says that they're not supposed to be? King of Raphael with the Four of Raphael at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I'm actually not going to start followed by the Six of Michael. I'm going to actually read these two in conjunction. So, King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. This is the King of Cups energy. Look at that trident. It's safe to trust who? And that's another thing. It's like, why do I trust you? It's like, why has my trust never really wavered when it should have? Why do I continue to try so hard to see things as I believe they are rather than as they present themselves? This will be the last round, and then we're starting. Seek out other possibilities. Four of Raphael. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Six of Michael. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. Relocation or travel. So maybe it is just time for me to move. I'm going to pull one angel real quick. Actually, I'm going to pull like 3 angels, and I'm going to see what they say. So if you have a yes or no question with the freaking leap of faith and the Six of Ariel at the bottom of the deck, ooh, I'm going to pick number 2. I'm going to do 4 piles, and I'm going to pick 1 card. And if you got a yes or no question, I'm going to read this angel, because it's like, do I move on or not? And, well, it's like either way I need to move on. But, like, do I leave it behind? It's like, well, if it's meant to come back, it'll come back. So what do I do? Keep living my life. What is this? Who are you? Knight of Raphael. Get out of here. Okay. So this will be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. And this one will be 4. Two of Michael at the bottom of the deck. So if you're asking about another person, then hey, this might be the pull for you. Two of Michael. It will all be better. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, finding a compromise. So maybe this just ain't about relationships. Let me think of my question first. Okay. So, first pile. The will. Archangel Jeremiah. A new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. So if you pick this one, like if you asked if you should walk away from somebody, then the answer is probably yes. Follow your happiness. If it's not making you happy anymore, then leave it. I might change my answer. I might change my pile. Number 2, the 9 of Ariel. I saw this one yesterday. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. A love for the beautiful things in life. Oh, I feel like this one might be saying like appreciate the things that are going well in your life and continue to chase those, but maybe it's not. It's like leave a window open, like not a door, not a whatever. Because the hard work is like what's sticking out to me. Hard work leads to great success. And in my mind, that's like hard work is like you're working hard when it's easy, you're working hard when it's difficult. Like you're collaborating with other people when you need to collaborate with other people. You're doing everything within your power to make sure that success happens, right? Then we have perspective, number 12, Archangel Shemuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. So there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. This is interesting. This is hangman energy, right? And so with this one, I feel like it's like really go inside and see for yourself. But either way, you need to change your approach. Something needs to change. And I don't like this one is like, this ain't a yes or a no. This is just like, something needs to change. Regardless. And don't be afraid to do what others may not think is wise in this situation. Because if you're connected to your own internal, then hey, you get where you need to be. 8 of Gabriel. A great deal of activity. Sudden and immediate results. Important communication. So 8 of Gabriel is saying talk about it. Before you make a decision, communicate, is 8 of Gabriel. Okay, now I'm done. My head is definitely hurting. I don't know what's happening. Can y'all hear them working on the roof? Of course you can. Can you hear me? I don't know. Honestly, it's like I wake up and I'm thinking of the money pit. Because, you know. And I'm like, oh great, the money pit, that was a good movie. That was a great night. That was fun. Things were fun. Like, part of me just knows that it's worth it. Alright, I'm starting. So, left at the bottom of the deck is the 9 of Michael now, followed by the 8 of Michael. The 9 of Michael, then with the 8 of Michael behind it. I'll take it. So, if this is the 10 of Michael, I'm going to be shook. So, leap of faith, Archangel Metatron. We had this yesterday. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. Y'all can't even see these. I feel like you could at least see these like the other day when I put these up here. I don't know how this changes, but it does. Next is the Knight of Ariel. The leap of faith in the Knight of Ariel is literally what we had yesterday. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. Okay, I think I'm kind of getting it now. And then at the bottom was the 9 followed by the 8 of Michael. So we go from your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. We go from that to you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Not seeing things clearly. Your worry is unnecessary. You can be free. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Not seeing things clearly. Okay, so we don't have the full picture of whatever is going on. We don't have the full picture. We will never have the full picture. And so whenever we make a petition to the angels, whenever we hear, like, listen to your heart, follow your heart, do what brings you joy. Why did I pick these back up? Gross. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm getting my answer. And the answer is basically to do what I was already doing before. And so I just feel like I'm like from one state to the next state. I'm all over the board. I hate feeling like this. Like I feel like I have no emotional consistency. And I was finally feeling good. Like I've felt good before, but I was finally like on top of the world, like amazing. And I'm actually gonna take you. I'll put you here since you wanted to stay out. I was feeling amazing. I was feeling great. And actually, I want to do this last. I want to do those a little bit later. Left at the bottom of the deck is Strength in Reverse. That's what I've been feeling. And then I've been like, that's another thing I've been asking myself. I'm like, because, you know, I've been talking about making the choice that we don't usually make to get an outcome that we've never gotten before. Leaving old cycles in the past. And I'm like, so like, that's what I want to do because that's what I've been feeling led to do. And so it's like, oh, wow. Okay, so well, since we have 4 of these, today I'm going to do things a little different because I actually have the Angelarium deck. So I'm going to open with the Archangel Power cards and I'm going to close with the Angelarium instead of closing with the Archangel Power cards. And I have like 4 cards today, so hey. I mean, I guess I could slide the last 2 over. What was I talking about? Yeah, and I'm like, what would the new choice be? What would the new decision be? What is opening and starting and like stepping into a new world? Like, which decision is that? Is it the decision to stay and to be patient and to continue to like love? Or is it the decision to step away and to not continue to pour into something that might not grow? Is it the decision to trust and believe in everything that I'm feeling led and guided to? Or is it the decision to go with my head for once? Right? And it's like, by this point, old me would have reacted out of some kind of hurt or frustration or whatever. And I would have been over it by now because I would have iced out the situation. I would have gone in and killed like all the feelings, like little emotional antibodies that go in and just kill anything that hurts or could hurt. But that leads to a lot of self-sabotage. And I'm out of that space. I'm not even coming out of that space. I'm out of that space of self-sabotage. So I guess I'm going to keep trucking and I'm going to keep doing what it is that I've felt led to do. Because ultimately, that's what I feel like I should be doing. Right? So this is the novelty deck. I got it from Spencer's. It was like $8. I saw this deck and I immediately fell in love. I was like, there's something about this deck that is like calling me. And I've talked about it before. Oh, why did I do that? Because this is so hard to get out. There we go. Actually, it wasn't that difficult. There's something about this deck that called to me. And I saw the Game of Thrones deck. If I watched Game of Thrones, I probably would have gotten the Game of Thrones deck instead of this deck, honestly. But I was like, something about this deck is just like calling to me. Even though it says like, you know, for novelty purposes only and blah, blah, blah. I have made this, 10 of Wands in the world. I have made this one of my upright only decks. Honestly, at this point, which deck isn't upright only? The SKT. Spirit Keeper's Tarot might be the only deck that I have that isn't all upright. And if you can't hear me, I'm just going to take it as a sign that everything that I'm saying isn't meant to be heard, but it will be uploaded and posted anyway. You best believe. Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Magician. Trying to manifest a whole new world. I'm too distraught to sing. The Mandragora is a magical little plant thing, isn't it? Left at the bottom of the deck is the moon. Can y'all see them? Kinda. The moon, left at the bottom of the deck. The Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the moon. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so tell me what's going on. What's happening? What's the hot tea? What's the latest gossip? You can talk to me. I'm a cool mom. I'm not like those other moms. Like, Michael wouldn't have me, like, do all this and then just, like, watch me, like, crash and burn, right? Michael's like, have the strength, my dude. Goodness. Trust and believe in something. Especially when you have something worth trusting and believing in. I'm like, okay, all right. You win. I'll do it. I don't know. And then part of me is like, oh man, I wish I were a little stronger. But this is the part, this is the phase where I develop strength to do both, to care for myself and other people. Because I'm capable of both. Alright, this will be next. And then I want to do a third pile. I don't know what this is today, y'all. Oof! I'm not taking all of them. But I will take this one. Since that was what was in my fingers and kind of sort of caused everything else to fall apart. I'm going to put these at the top. And I guess I'll take this one too, since it didn't come off the table. And then we have the Six of Wands at the top. Gollum. Six of Wands is the card of victory. But I feel like this victory might be feeling a little hollow right now because of the Gollum. The Gollum is a mobile creature, but it doesn't have a soul. It's like a puppet. That's interesting. Am I being a puppet? A puppet? No, we'll get into it. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. I had two cards right here, right? Where did they just go? Hold on. 2, 4, 5. So I should have 73 cards. Oh my gosh. Where did these... I had two cards here, right? Where did they go? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. What is this video? What is my life? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. No, I didn't. I don't know why I thought they were like, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's all 78 cards. Were there cards here or no? Like, am I losing my mind? Did I accidentally put them in the deck? I guess I'll take these three as the first pile, and I'll start with this in the middle. This will be above it. This will be, I guess, the shadow of the aspect, and this will be the light aspect, because that's how we're doing it, I guess. We're going with the flow today, because we're in our feminine energies, and we got two majors. We have the devil, demon, and the sun phoenix. Oof. So we have the devil and the sun sitting under this golem victory. Hollow victory, it has no soul. This is interesting. This is Leo and Capricorn energy. Let me stop. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to do that today. I feel like the reason why this victory, if you felt that you had victory in this situation in the past, right? And this is about, it's a leap of faith, the Knight of Ariel going from the 9 to the 8 of Michael, right? So if you were dealing with someone, I feel like the reason why this victory was hollow in the past, the reason why it was empty, is because the person was still lost. And that's why the sun and the devil is here. And I think this is the choice that the other person has to make. Or you. This could be you, this could be a person. This is all of us to various degrees. Like, either you have your soul or you don't have your soul. And by that, I mean either you're still bound to and tied to all of the toxic karmic things from the past, or you're free of it. Either you've risen from the ashes and you've become this phoenix in every area and aspect of your life, or you're still bound to something. And the reason why this is so black and white is because if you are bound anywhere, like, there's a difference between like struggling with something and being bound by something, right? Because we're always going to have, not always, I don't like saying we're always going to have areas where we struggle, but there's always going to be challenge in life, right? And the phoenix, every time the phoenix dies, it is reborn. So if you are the type of person that will come into these situations, die, and then be reborn and rise above it, then that's different than this energy. Because with this energy, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I'm going to keep on going. So, I'm actually starting to feel better, so I'm glad I'm doing these every day. Maybe this is why I'm like processing through a whole bunch of stuff, and these are gonna help me, and maybe they'll help you if somebody watches these. If not, shoot, I'm gonna watch them back because I might need this later in life. That's actually why I started my channel. I made a whole bunch of college vlogs and stuff, and my channel was something for me to watch back because I never thought that anybody would actually come over here. So, because I'm a Pisces, you know, I get a little bit nostalgic. I like to think on the past sometimes. Who ain't nostalgic? You ain't got to be a Pisces to be nostalgic. Do y'all think or believe that sometimes I just like say, I'm a Pisces, and then say like stuff that I do, because I'm starting to get to that point where I might be like, yeah. But also, I feel like it kind of sort of is a Piscean trait because of Neptune. But anyway, back to le reading, le reading. One person is the sun, one person is this demon. And that's why there's this hollow victory. Because somebody is still bound in this situation. Somebody is still working through their inner demons. Somebody is still conquering them. And the other person is this phoenix. And so I feel like with this phoenix energy, it's like it's okay to slow down a little bit, because you're going to rise regardless. And so it's almost like this phoenix is fighting this demon for the soul of someone. And every time this demon kills the phoenix rises from the ashes and comes back. Right? And so there's this element of spiritual warfare that's happening globally right now. It's like the earth herself is going through spiritual warfare, but she's just like, cleansing and purging. So she ain't too much like in the battle, but it's the folks on the surface that's going through the battle. But when it comes to spiritual warfare, and honestly, if I'm being like real honest for a second, I'm getting real tired of seeing like everybody talking about magic and readings. And maybe everybody is doing magic. I don't know. But when you're magical, you don't have to do magic. And I'm a magical MFer. Like I see something, I like something. When I know it's mine, I manifest it, I got it. I ain't got to do nothing to get it besides know that it's mine and then it's mine. But for the folks that need to use magic, then I guess, I don't know. But it's like one person is trying to play the light in a different situation, right? Because this is the sun, this is the devil. So this is basically like the heavens, celestial, and that's like hell. This is the light, this is the darkness. Um, and so it's like this light has been trying to cut through this darkness to reach this other person, to encourage this other person to make a decision, right? It's like this. It's like this. I don't know if y'all just saw the shift, but it's like this sun is trying to get this person to rise up and to reclaim the parts of them that have been lost, to reclaim the parts of them that are bound and chained. And I resonate heavy with this sun energy, because when I first started tarot in November of 2018, and by when I first started tarot, I mean like when I got my first deck and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I would pull cards. And like, books come with meanings, and I'm good with like taking a meaning and creating it and stretching it to be whatever I need it to be. Like I do have intuition, so like in my mind, you ain't gotta be a card reader to be a card reader. Like y'all see my Witch's Tarot deck. Right, like the deck that I recommended starting with, because it has pictures to go along with each card meaning. It's not just like 5 pentacles or 6 swords on a card with no kind of context. Like with that deck, I'll set that deck in front of other people and I'll have them read for me or just read for themselves. And honestly, all you need to do is encourage them to look at the picture and to pull from the images. Especially with a deck where the image is closely associated with the meaning of the card, even if it's not. Like even with this deck, the images aren't necessarily associated with the card every time. But it's like, you don't have to be a card reader to be a card reader. It's just a tool, and everyone has the capability and ability. Everybody has intuition, whether they listen to it or not. And of course, sometimes people get a little stuck and like, oh, I don't know what this means. But that's, as a teacher, you be encouraging, and maybe not everybody is a teacher and an enlightener. And I'm not necessarily saying that I am, but I won't say that I'm not. Um, but yeah, it's like I tried to be this light, and I've talked about it, like, and I feel like I don't know, I don't compete with anybody, but it's like there's something within me that's been like shine brighter, shine brighter, shine brighter, shine brighter. And whenever I would feel like someone was catching up to me, I'd be like, oop, gotta get moving. Honestly, that was because I didn't want to get left behind by not doing the work that I needed to do. Like, I don't want to get complacent because I know that I'm not fully where I need to be. I'm really close for where I need to be right now, but at the time, I wasn't where I needed to be. And so whenever I felt that gap closing, it would like push me to be on my stuff to shine brighter. And now I know why, because there's this period of darkness that came. But in the moment, it was just like shine brighter, shine brighter, shine brighter. And it's interesting trying to be a son, because it's like you want to be a light in people's lives, but you don't necessarily want them to fall into your orbit because you want them to have their own gravitational pull, right? And my Chiron is in Leo, so Leo is the energy where I can encourage somebody else to like go ahead and do it and be it, but I don't feel comfortable doing it and being it myself. And like you can look at the sun and be like, yeah, but you know, with the way the gravitational orbit works, like, you know, you could be a sun and have people orbit around you, and then they have moons that orbit around them. And then it's like, okay, but it's like, you know, I want us to all be our own sons because we all have that capability. And I ain't trying to put nobody under me because that's a lot of work. Something smells wet. It did rain yesterday. Is it raining today? And they are working on the roof? I don't think the roof has any leaks. Okay, I'm just gonna continue. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's like I don't know with this golem. I think there's a role over a war on someone's soul, and I've tried to be a light in conjunction with the light of the heavens and the celestials and the angels and the source and you know everything else, light. Because in our motto, and I've talked to my grandmother, and she actually told me where it came from, and it came from my grandmother's mother, who she lost when she was 16, and I didn't even know that my grandma was like full blown indigo, and her mama must have been somebody special too, because the stuff that she instilled into her before she passed, I'm like, what? But she like her saying for the family. We had this little family group chat, and so our saying today. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm gonna do it real quick, and I'm gonna chime in to the home team and say it because I don't think anyone's chimed in yet today. Y'all hear me. Y'all will hear me do this. I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone if I'm gonna say it anyway. Shoot, might as well. Good morning, home team. This is the day that the Lord has made. I shall rejoice and be exceedingly glad in it as I walk in the light, love, truth, and peace, walking by faith and not by sight, knowing that everything that I need to survive and thrive on this day has been set forth before me already since the dawning and the beginning of time, because the Lord knew when He created me and my mama and my mama mama and my mama 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 and my mama 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 that we would reach this point, amen, and that we would need that stuff and we would want that stuff to get to where we going. And so He was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and hook them up real quick. So it's already there. We just gotta find it. If we walk by faith and not sight, we'll find it. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Heartbeat number one chiming in. I hope all y'all are having a lovely day, and I'll chime when y'all chime. All right, I did add a little bit extra in there. Not extra, extra, because that's the full saying. But the thing. Oof, okay. The thing that my grandma says is like our thing. She's like, walk in the light, love, truth, and peace. And then she broke it down for me. And I wish I recorded that conversation because she was just spitting so much so quick. I'm like, my brain could not like internalize all of it. And then I was in shock. I'm like, wow, like my grandma is like legit. What? But yeah, light, love, truth, and peace. And so energetically, I've tried to push that out, hoping that other folks would catch on to it. To be this sort of like tether, this rope in the depths that if they needed, they could use to climb out of the pit and to reclaim themselves. And so, you know, that's why I say, like, in conjunction with all of the things happening upstairs in higher dimensions, in the heavens, in the place where the light is born and where it emanates from to reach us on this three-dimensional earthly plane, right? In conjunction with all of that up there, it's up to us to also reflect that and to be that down here. And so I've tried to be that down here in conjunction with everything that's happening up there to encourage people to break their chains, because the chains are an illusion. Our power can never really truly be taken from us. We can only be made to relinquish it, to give it away, or to forget that we have it. But it can never be taken. And so I feel like there's someone, or you, where you still have your power. You are free. It just looks like you're tied and bound. And it it unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be as easy as like just realizing, oh yeah, I'm free, and then boom, everything is healed, everything is fixed, everything is, like blah 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 blah. If you have a lot of trust, and if you're in a situation where you can continue to make those choices to be free, then it's a little easier. It's a lot easier than sort of like trying to sit down by yourself and heal all of it by yourself, because in some ways, we do mirror each other. And so I've been really intentional about using the mirrors I come across effectively. And I feel like or looking back, I feel like I've gotten the most healing out of choosing who I am in every situation, rather than going through all of this like darkness and muck and trying to sit through it myself. And then, it's like, going in my room, locking myself in, studying. And then I go outside and I have a test. And then it's like, okay, I need to do more work. And so I lock myself back in and I study. Then I go back outside and it's like, I'll take another test. It's like, I've been learning on the fly. And that's one reason why I feel like I've grown so quickly. And it's encouraged me to continue to make these choices on the fly and as I'm interacting with people. And that's why I feel like I've healed so much on the go. And honestly, I much rather prefer that than like doing these deep hermit modes where I'm like completely isolated and in my mind trying to work through, process, and heal things. And like some of the stuff you do need to do, but like some of the stuff I feel like a lot of the stuff you can do on the fly. You can work through it. And I feel like that's why that one card came out that was like, you don't have to work alone. Is that this one? Is that this one? Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. I think it was the 10 of Michael. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation. Not seeing things clearly. I'm going to find the 10 of Michael real quick, y'all. I typically don't like, oh, there's peace. And then there's the King of Michael. Change your life in peace. Followed by the 6 of Raphael at the bottom of the 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child. New friendships are rekindled relationships, children or childhood. Followed by peace. Release the past. There is a more enriching future. Let go and let God. Followed by change your life. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Embrace your inner child. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Release the past. I love these 3. Those are at the bottom of the deck. That is 16. Death? No, the Tower. That's the Tower. What's before the Angel? Death. The Tower, Death, and the 6 of Cups. Love that. Followed by the King of Michael, but preceded by the King of Michael. I'm looking for the 10 of Michael. Here's the 10 of Michael. A situation has ended, and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Okay, well, that's not the one that was talking about, like, you ain't got to do it alone, but it was somewhere at the top, right? And someone else sort of and this is, oh, my head is starting to hurt, but I'm going to keep doing it. This is the hollow victory. The hollow victory, I'm just going to say it. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is the truth that's coming to me, and it's not going to resonate for every situation, but I wholeheartedly believe that it does in mine. And so this is the truth that I'm going to continue to fight for, and believe in, and stick to, and be a little bit less wishy-washy. Like, Come into my Taurus moon. Gosh, but my Taurus moon is in my first house. It's not in my seventh house. It opposes my seventh house. And so it's like, I know it for me, but, and it's like, how much can you really truly do for somebody else anyway? But we do a lot. We do each other a great service when we hold each other in light. So I'm going to keep doing it. But it's like there's this hollow victory where like you can walk away from everything. You can walk away from everything and be in control. You can walk away from everything and be in your power. But are you really in your power if you're walking away from everything? Now, some things, like this is a Six of Wands. Like if the Eight of Cups came out, if the Five of Cups came out, Eight of Cups more so. And watch the Eight of Cups be like in this pile down here. Like that's one thing. Like there are some things that are worth walking away from. There are other things that are worth fighting for. And if you walk away from something that's worth fighting for and you know that you're supposed to fight for this thing regardless of what happens. If something in the depths of your soul is resonating and you know you're supposed to fight for this, but you choose to walk away anyway, you're going to be victorious. But that victory is going to be hollow, right? Because I feel like in that you are choosing to stay bound by the past. And the ways that you're staying bound in the past are going to differ from person to person, but you're going to know. And just like I know that if I choose to give up in this situation, then that's going to be me giving into my past. Where instead of fighting for the people that I truly love and care for, it's like, it's their life. They can do what they want. If they don't want me, fine, I'm gone. Because I am a gosh darn prize, and I know that I'm a gosh darn prize. I know that I am gosh darn magnificent. But when you have a prize looking at a prize, but the other prize can't, and the other prize is in the process of discovering themselves for who they truly are, like I feel like to walk away from that would be to cheat both of us. Oh, look at these majors fighting for this victory. Who's going to win, man? The one that you feed is the victor. And I'm not going to make this extremely long. So, have the Three of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles on this side. That's the Brownie, the Minotaur, and the Gremlins. We got the Brownie and Gremlins. This is 17 Pentacles, which is 18. 17 Pentacles, which is an 8. And the Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work, right? And so the hard work that we're doing, the Eight of Pentacles is about becoming a master of something. The Seven of Pentacles is about hard work and planting with an expectation of something bearing fruit. And then the Three of Wands is all about sort of like, we have gone as far as we can with other people, but the time for us to pick up our own staff, I was going to say stave, and to manifest ourselves and to come into our own power is now, right? And like, look at this, like this little brownie is like, doing the dishes, cleaning the house, doing all that. But if you don't move into the house, then like, it's like the house is already clean and prepared and like ready. It's already built. Your dreams are here, right? Was that this one? Where the freak was that? It's like I'm remembering cards that aren't even here. Your dreams have come true. Your dreams are already true. But you're still stuck in this cycle where it's like you're breaking chains and you aren't fully walking into everything that is already yours. And it's like the brownie has done everything it can do. It's up to you to continue, and it's up to you to walk through that door. With this Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like there's someone who knows that sort of like everything that they want is right around the corner. And in some ways that can make the decision even more difficult, right? It's because if you're already in the vibration and frequency of everything that you want and you have a choice to make, then it's like, oh crap, I don't want to lose it. So, I don't want to make the wrong choice. So which do I do? Do I do this or do I do that? And with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like that further, like the Ten of Pentacles is everything that's coming in. The Seven of Pentacles is like choosing which seeds to plant, but overall this is an Eight of Pentacles, and so continue doing the work that you were already doing. And so if you were doing something good that led you to this place, that led you to this space, continue that, because that's going to be what gets you to the 10 of Pentacles. But if you turn your back on everything that you've been working towards, I feel like you could still ultimately, at the end of the day, as we go through cycles, I feel like that would be the hollow victory. And so then you would have to go through this whole other set of cycles where you go through this process again. Let's say you go for this hollow victory. The sun, the phoenix rises because the phoenix can't stay down here. Right? And so then you're just continuing, still bound to everything, but at least you won that one fight. You lost, the war isn't over, but it's like you got victory in this one situation, but it's empty. Congratulations, you successfully walked away from something that was in your life to help you. And you successfully pushed it out of your life. Congratulations, you won. And then like you're stuck in these cycles until eventually someday another sun comes. And you're presented the same opportunity. This is how karma works, I guess, in some ways. In some ways, karma is like, it's what we reap for the things that we do. But in other ways, I feel like karma is the cycles that we choose to perpetuate because of the things that happen to us. And there's like active karma and there's passive karma. Passive karma is the things that happen to us that we need to heal from, that we don't take the opportunities to heal. And so we end up repeating these cycles of toxicity with other people. And then active karma is like, you do bad and then, you have to reconcile for that in some ways. And I'm not the bringer, the dispenser, or the judge of anyone, so other people's karma I leave to them. But when it comes to like passive karma, then it's like let's heal this so you don't have to repeat this. Let's heal this so you can get everything you want. Let's heal this so you can move on to something better. Right? And it's like you chase away the sun. This Ten of Pentacles energy feels like it goes away. Now you're in the Seven of Pentacles energy. You planted the seeds. You tended to the wrong ones. And so now there's a mess again. Right? And you do the inner work. You do the healing. You feel this Ten of Pentacles coming to add to your Seven Pentacles. Another sun comes in to try to encourage you to get out of the situation. You stay bound. This sun goes away. This Ten of Pentacles goes away. You're at the Seven of Pentacles, realizing that again, you've put energy and effort into the wrong seeds. You feel this abundance coming because you say you're ready this time. You do the work. You pray to God. You get an answer. The angels send you something. The angels give you this sun. You get the opportunity. Like when this sun comes in, things start to improve. And I'm not saying that you necessarily have to stick to, if this is like a person that comes into our life, if this is a person that enters our life to play the role of the sun, to heal us in ways that other people in our lives aren't giving us the opportunity to heal, to encourage us in areas that we're just not getting that encouragement. Like you don't have to end up with this sun, but this sun is just there to elevate you out of your darkness, right? And at the same time, you're elevating out of your darkness, you're getting closer to the light, you're coming more into this Ten of Pentacles, and then you're encountered with the situation, and you choose to stay bound again. And so the Ten of Pentacles goes away. See, this is the bad karmic cycles. This is how you can be tricked into believing that you don't have any power, that you're a victim to your circumstances. But in all reality, everything is choice. And you've been choosing to stay hurt. You've been choosing to be perpetuated in that cycle. And it's like the brownie can clean the house. Other people can only get you so far. But then with the Three of Wands, you have to take a step for yourself. And the sun sets. The sun has a natural rhythm and cycle to follow, just like everything else. The sun is going to set and the moon is going to come out. And it's like you're healing by moonlight. That's the part that isn't here. It's like the sun leaves and then you get this moonlight. Maybe the moonlight is the memory that you have with the sun that really reinforces that, you know, things don't have to be this bad and blah, 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 whatever. But let's see if the cycle will break. Over here is the Six of Swords and the Ace of Cups. A giant whale. Giant whale and a harpy. Love this energy. We got the Six of Pentacles up here. Like, Six of Pentacles. We got the Six of Wands up here and the Six of Swords down here. On the light side, right? So with this Ace of Cups, maybe this sun was or does have the potential. It's not even a lover. This sun is just a person that comes into your life that offers you a love that you've never experienced before. A love that is selfless and a love that is a lot more unconditional than a lot of the love that you'll find down here. It's the sun, right? This person comes in to be the sun, where they encourage you, they lift you up, they build you. If you're lacking that in your life, it's the Ace of Cups. It's the giant whale, the biggest creature, the biggest cup in the whole deck. But you have to make the choice with the Six of Swords. You have to make the choice to sail away. You have to make the choice to rise and to reclaim. Because it's like if you rise, you have to pass the sun in its entirety, right, to reach this six. So like you already got, like you can see the tail. You can see the tail of the phoenix right now. But when you rise, you pass the head, y'all lock eyes, right? And it's like, okay, and then you both rise. Boom. And then this phoenix doesn't have to freaking keep going down to the pits to try to bring you out of it. Goodness. See, that's why on the 3D, you get some frustration. And the 5D, you get love. You get love and nothing but love and no judgment. And, you know, we know that you're healing and it's difficult down there. So take your time. You will always have an opportunity to fly. And on the 3D, it's like, fly now. Fly now. You got your wings, man. Come on. Goodness. Like, you already got wings. Fly. Why are you still down there? Hello? Hello. But if you want to knock this giant cup over and let it spill all in the pits so all the water evaporates, and then it's like you got nothing. That's your choice. That's your choice. So let's move on, shall we? Is this an hour and a half yet? It's an hour and 12 minutes. These are so long. Oh. So 13 is Death, the Reaper. Look at that. Look at that. Man, he is trying. So I feel like with this Death card, I think this Death sits here on top of the Devil. And with Death scythe, with his scythe, he's cutting the chains. He is assisting you. You are Death. You are he who rides on the pale horse. If you've been seeing a lot of white horses, step into that Death energy and transform the things that need to be transformed. Don't cut the sun out. Like, you don't cut the sun out trying to free yourself. Cut the ties to the toxic stuff in the past. Cut the things that keep you bound. Because it's like, the more you cut, and it's like, that's the light, right? The light is illuminating the things that you need to cut out. And that's where you cut. It's like the light is trying to guide you into where you transform. And since Death came out number 13, I'm going to go ahead and pull these three cards down here. Where it was the Six of Cups, Six of Raphael, Peace, number 13, which is Death, followed by Change Your Life, 16, which is the Tower. This Tower moment has happened to give you the opportunity to change your life, to come into this Ten of Pentacles, everything that you are trying to manifest and hoping and wishing for, to fulfill your dreams, to bring this peace where maybe you've never felt it, right? And I feel like peace is always a good indicator of where the light is, right? Love, light, truth, and peace. First comes love. First comes the Ace of Cups, and through the Ace of Cups, through the love, comes the light. And once the light is there, comes this Reaper, who cuts through all of the falsehoods, all of the lies, all of the deceit, who cuts at the devil, who cuts the chains, the lies, the deceit, right? The demon, to bring truth. And once there's truth, there's peace. Right? They're both 13. So there's a peace in the truth. And the peace is how you recognize the light. The truth is how you recognize the light. And the light is only effective when it can love. And it has to love unconditionally in order for it to really, truly serve its purpose. So I don't regret anything. I don't regret giving. I don't regret being there. I don't regret loving. Because that's the role that I knew I had to play in this situation. And once it reached a certain point, I knew, like, this is all I can do. I can't do anymore. I've come in, I've been the brightest light I can be. And now is the time. Now is that 3 of Wands time. I've done everything I can do, but now it's time for people to move forward and to carry this torch, that third staff, to carry this torch into their own darkness. And to find the brazier, I think that's how you pronounce it, to find the brazier that kindles their very souls, and to take this torch and to light it themselves, and to step into their own light, to illuminate their own darkness, to root through their own muck, to rise and to ascend, and to cut the things that need to be cut. Oof, I love this. Thank you for the confirmation. I've done everything I can do in this situation. The rest is on you. Because free will choice is a thing. You can choose light or you can choose dark. But we are in this window of time where it's a very powerful time. It's a very powerful opportunity to step into something truly magnificent. Because it's like, if you do it when it's the hardest, it's like playing a game, right? If you play a game on the hardest difficulty, you get the best rewards. And when you lower the difficulty, like, you can still win, you can still beat the game, you still experience the full story, but the rewards aren't as great. And it's reminding me of Bayonetta. Because in Bayonetta, there's this item called, I think it's called Eternal Testimony, where if you play the game on the easiest setting, it will basically play the game for you. And you'll get to see the story. And like, because, some people are only focused on the story of the game anyway. They don't necessarily care about playing the game or the action or the combat or whatever. And so if you play the game on the easiest setting, it does everything for you. And I feel like that is akin to giving someone else the keys. And letting someone else, hoping that someone else drives you in a direction that you want to go, instead of playing the game for yourself, instead of driving for yourself and really truly appreciating the journey for everything that it has to offer. And I don't know, it's like there's more to be won by doing it now. And I know it's hard and I know it's difficult. Believe me, I know it's hard and I know it's difficult, and I can only really talk about it as easily as I do because I've gone through the hardness and the difficulty, and I've become my own son, and I've become my own son because of the trust that I've learned to sort of garner and gain. Matario, Angel of Rain. I was like, does it smell wet? And then Matario comes out. Don't let this devil dot emptiness. That's the void in the middle of the tree of life. Nothing exists there. Don't this is the hollow victory. Like, don't do that. You have the opportunity to reclaim and to gain more than you've ever imagined in this time. And like I said, I know it's hard and I know it's difficult and I know it won't be easy. But honestly, sometimes the hardest thing is taking the first step. And once you take that first step, it gets so much easier. So much easier. Please, sir, come in. You don't have to stand out in the rain. You don't have to stand out in the cold, pouring rain. But you don't have to come in either. So. Bina chocolate. I'm gonna try to read. Is this Spanish? This is daat. Nula. Voto. I don't know Spanish, but I believe I can read a little bit. Que esta emanazione è un passaggio segreto. This might actually be Italian. Non redia luce da sé, non ha alcuna forma e non tocca nulla. È perfetta ed invisibile. Uno spazio attraverso il quale nulla. Is that nulla? If it was Spanish, the double L is like a ya. It's like a Y. E tutto passa. Fra le sue braccia, tutte e 10 le emanazioni. Okay, I'm done. If I offended anybody, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling lighter. Come on. Come through. Goodness. Darn it. What the freak am I doing, man? It's like, oh, I need a... And here's Matario, Angel of the Rain. I can't stand the rain on my window. Bringing back sweet memories. What's that other song? Time on my hands since you've been away, boy. And I ain't got no plans. No, 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 no. And the sound of the rain against my window pane, slowly, slowly driving me insane. I'm going down. I'm going down. Since you ain't around, baby, my whole world's upside down. Okay, that episode of Sister Sister is my favorite. I'm gonna go listen to that song now. If your whole world is upside down because somebody ain't around and the sound of the rain on the window pane is driving you insane because you got so much time in your hands since somebody bent away, and because we're all like social distancing and stuff like that right now anyway, so we all kind of sort of, not we all, but a lot of us have a lot of time on our hands in these times. That's the light. Like, don't cut out the light. Goodness, the light is there to help serve you for a reason. You're keeping yourself in the darkness. Like, everything that you needed to see has been seen. Everything you needed to know, you now know. And you can choose to move forward in a way that is less painful, that takes a lot less time, but it is your choice. It is your choice. There's an option. There's this feeling of a 7 of Cups, but it's like it's only one cup, like the Ace of Cups down here, and it's like you can tell that cup is the Ace because it's like, because of the circumstances, it's like the other mirrors have fallen away. Like, you don't have a need for all of these mirrors. For a lot of the mirrors that you had in your life, you don't have a need for them because there's a certain amount of healing that's been done, and the mirrors come into our lives to reflect the things that we need to address and heal. And as you heal it, it's like the mirrors are being pulled away. These cups are vanishing. You're realizing that that they are illusions, but there is one cup, this cup of light. I feel like you're in the spot, you're in the space to see how truly radiant it was. Take it or leave it. It's your choice. 7 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Illusions are falling away. You have a choice to make. It's wrecked your brain. You've gone through the ringer with the distance that you've put between you and the sun. You've gone through the ringer. You might be feeling a little empty with Dot and this 6 of Wands. Like, yes, I did everything I knew I needed to do. And it's like, okay, now you feel empty, don't you? This emptiness is part of the lesson. This emptiness, this void that you feel is showing you something. It's illuminating something. Because maybe you've removed the wrong cup. One of those mirrors, like we're all mirrors, right? It's like all of the mirrors have been pulled away. And so the mirror that was there reflecting your highest intention and your highest good, giving you healing in a way that didn't come through means of toxic lessons. It's like once you remove that cup, you feel this void. You feel this hollow victory. You've done what you were supposed to do in that point, but now you have the choice, right? You have this Two of Swords decision. It has kept you up at night. You have racked your brain thinking like, I did exactly what I was supposed to do, what I felt led to do. Why then do I feel this hollowness? Why then now do I feel this emptiness? And the hollowness and the emptiness teaches you something. And now you're in this Eight of Swords state where you are trapped. Eight of Swords and the devil. You're trapped down here with the devil. And the devil may be whispering things in your ear. But then there's also temperance. There's also the angel right there. Devil on the right shoulder, angel on the left shoulder. And they're both whispering into your ear. Which one are you choosing, Two of Swords? Which one are you choosing to listen to? High Priestess, you should know what it is you have to do. Hierophant, but you have to establish it. You have to give it space to really take root within you. Chariot and Wheel of Fortune, to really bring in, to move forward and bring in everything that you want. Right? But it's all a choice. Two of Swords, what are you going to do? Justice, Two of Swords, Judgment. 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 What are you going to do? What are you going to choose? Matariel, Angel of the Rain. Let's see what Matariel is all about. Matariel's touch is felt, seen, and heard. Its presence is heavy, filling the air, saturating the ground. Matariel is heralded by thunder clapping through the sky, signaling change and shift. There is a great migration coming, and it arcs like lightning. The potentiality from one body is moving to another, a precarious transference, a swift communication like the arrow taking its target. Eight of Wands. Awareness is paramount for the journey. Don't try to create an outcome for your future. Be in the moment. Let the rain fall where it may. Signs: a fountain, a cup, an arrow. And then we got the biggest cup right here. Ooh, talking about change. Ooh, talking about shift. Ooh, falling from the heavens. Ooh, to get you to rise. Rise, Eliza. Rise up, Eliza. It's time to rise up. Rise up, Eliza. It's time to rise up. Hey. It's just like hope. Hope. What card is that? What card is hope? The world? It's bigger than the world. It's bigger than the angel. It's bigger than the star, and it's bigger than the sun and the moon. It's hope. It's what the fool finds at the end of the journey. It's card number 22, master number 22. It's hope. That's what the fool finds at the end of everything that it's gone through, and that's what the fool realizes that it had in the first place. That was the most important tool in the fool's little knapsack. That was the one thing that the magician didn't teach the fool. It was the one thing that the high priestess knew but couldn't quite communicate. It's what carried the fool from one major to the next. And then at the end of the journey, you realize what the most important thing was. At the end of the world, you realize, as everything else falls away, you realize what's truly the most important, what truly pushed and propelled you the most. And what that was hope. Card number 22. So now I have to make a tarot deck and put a 20-second major in there. I'm not going to pull a final message from this because I'm going to have to read it from the book. And actually, I will. Don't be lazy. Okay, I won't be lazy. One final. Oh, okay, there it is. One final message. And the final message we have is chesed. Or chesed. I don't know. Right hand, empathy. Empathy. On the bottom of the deck is Material, Angel of Rain, of course, because I literally just like started shuffling and it came out. So, ooh, ooh, there's something that's like coming to me, but I myself don't understand it. So I don't even know how to communicate it. But it's like it's a different way to use empathy. It's a way to use empathy to serve you instead of just connecting you to other people. It's weird. It's a new way to use empathy. It's a new application of empathy in a way that I'm not like my brain can't comprehend it. But if I try to sit with it, empathy is one of the greatest gifts that man is given. And just like man, he doesn't appreciate the greatest things because the greatest things aren't always necessarily the shiniest. And the greatest things often, the greatest gifts often come with a certain amount of difficulty in that they come with, it's like sacrifices that need to be made, but it's not sacrifice in a way that you have to sacrifice yourself. It's sacrifice in a way that calls you to a higher level of living. Empathy. And it can be used, man, I had it, but I lost it. It can be used in a way that we aren't necessarily using it because it's unfolding as we come into these times of where we'll really see the greater good, because the greater good will have an opportunity to serve in a way that it has been stifled in the past. And regardless of the way things look right now, the most important thing is the calling in of the light that's happening right now. And as more light dwells in this place, it will bring a much greater depth to a lot of the gifts that we've been given. And it will open dimensions that maybe we've felt but we've never really walked in before. And empathy is the gift that holds the oneness within all of us. Because empathy is the gift to connect to other people and to connect to other beings on a level that is just so deep. Empathy is the gift of experienced oneness. And it's like we're going to be given this opportunity to turn it, to experience it in a way that isn't just connecting to each other and feeling for each other, and in a way that encourages us to be kinder and nicer to each other, that encourages us to be lights in the lives of people in our own lives. But it's like through the deepening of that connection to oneness, something more will be revealed. Take it for what it is. I'm glad I ended up pulling that card. I am glad that I can be obedient sometimes. Wait, what was I about to say? A lot of sixes came out, right? The Six of Cups came out and the Six of Raphael. The Six of Swords is here. The Six of Wands is there. The only thing that isn't here is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like the Six of Pentacles isn't here because the Two of Swords is there. No one can give this to you. No one can make you take this, right? And we can't give it to other people either because they have to take it for themselves. And so I feel like that's why all the other sixes are there, right? With the Six of Cups, it's a healed past. With the Six of Swords, it's a removal from that past. With the Six of Wands, it's a victory in knowing that you've conquered what it was that you were supposed to conquer to reach the next phase, to then eventually get that Six of Pentacles, right? Where you can fully, truly give and receive. Nine of Cups, Kraken. Have you ever made a wish for something grand and spectacular, and then you get it, and it pulls you into the depths of your soul? That is the Kraken. You made a wish. You got your wish. It's a little heavier than you thought it was, right? Matariel, Nine of Cups, water. It's a little heavier than you thought it was. It just completely submersed you. And maybe it frightened you. And it's interesting because it's like the deeper into the water you got, instead of it getting darker, it got brighter. The light at the bottom of the well, the light at the end of the tunnel. One of these said something about the light at the end of the tunnel. Darn it, that was another card. Ugh. One of these cards mentioned the light at the end of the tunnel. I read it. Come on. Was that the Six of Michael? It might have been the Six of Michael. And it's intriguing, isn't it? That you could dive so deep and find light instead of darkness. I would say it's like the lost city of Atlantis, but from what I've heard about Atlantis, it was like they kind of sort of went through the same thing, but they kind of sort of made some mistakes, and that's why Atlantis ain't no more. Because the Earth, she purged that mess. It was beautiful, it was nice, it was advanced, but it had to be purged. Lack of heart. And you think, I guess it sank to the bottom of the ocean, right? According to lore nowadays, it's like, oh, the lost city of Atlantis. Now it's at the bottom of the ocean. Before, it wasn't necessarily. That's all of the heart that they were lacking, all of the connection that they chose to give away. Now it sits at the bottom of the ocean, completely submersed. Our lesson to not make the same mistake. And on the back, judgment. I love that. Kerubutus. Cerberus. The guard dog. I feel like there's something trying to come to my mind, but it's just not. I don't know. I'm seeing him eating people. I'm like, why is Cerberus eating people? What if there's a portal in his mouth, right? And as everyone heads up for judgment, it's like he sniffs them. He sniffs them. He can tell right away what the soul is like. And one of the three, it's typically depicted with three heads. Is it three heads in this one? 1, 2, 3. Yes! He's depicted with three heads, right? So it's like he sniffs you. One of the head is a portal to an upper dimension. One of the head is a portal to a similar dimension. One of the heads is a portal to a lower dimension. And you'll be eaten accordingly. So, getting eaten isn't bad. What? Cerberus, where'd you just go? The fairy was like, oh, I will make an appearance. Celebrate, appreciate, be happy. I'm all over the place by the end of this. 24. 4 of Wands, fairy. 20, Cerberus. 9 of Wands. That's 33. 20 plus 4 plus 9 is 33. Interesting. Um, Nine of Wands. It's the Nine of Cups. Why do I keep mixing up the suits? With this fairy making an appearance, though, I feel like this is an opportunity for us to come into the good place. But we're making the good place. We're heaven on earth. We're creating this good place. Excuse me. Also, today is my little brother's birthday. Shout out to my little bro. He's in Aries this year. It's officially Aries season. Aries season started early. It actually started last night. And I saw something yesterday that this was the earliest vernal equinox in 124 years. 124 years. And this is the earliest that spring has ever come. Oof. Man, Gaia is on her cycle early, and I don't know what that spells for those of us who live down here. Man, spring came a whole day early. A whole day and some change. Like, y'all supposed to be on the 21st. Hello? Pisces season was, it was a leap year, so, I guess I can't say it was completely cut short, but Jeez Louise. I was almost a leap year baby this year. And by that, I mean my solar return almost fell on the 29th. But it was like 10 p.m. Central when I hit my solar return. So I was like, oh man, darn it. Oh, a page. Is this... Oh, look at that. Six of Wands in reverse. Hollow victory. Even in this deck. But this page brings a message. Is that the message? I'm going to shuffle 3 times. If nothing comes out, that is the message. Oof, that's way too much. What's your message, page? What is your message? Ooh, I just heard all of them. I ain't trying to read all these cards, but I heard all of them. This all the message. This gonna be like a 2 to 3 hour video. This gonna be the first 2 hour video. Oh well, shoot, y'all ain't gotta watch all this. Thank you for watching if you watched this far, but you ain't got to, so don't complain. Moon in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Things are coming to the light. They're not as dark as they have seemed. Maybe by the end of this video, you've gotten some clarity on why things went down the way they went down. And maybe it's made a choice a little bit easier for you. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe so. So there is this victory that we're not coming into. In this page of Pentacles, the angel of the earth has a message to bring. And she's got a lot. So let's just go into it. Oh, another messenger. The stronghold of the Zephyrs. Page of Swords energy. Ooh, do I gotta get another message? She like, nah. They like, nah. They like, nah. I'm your genie in a bottle, baby. The Hermit in reverse. It's time to come out of that hermit mode. With the devil upright. Come out of that hermit mode. Face your demons. Slay them. Cut the chains. Free yourself. Because being in this hermit mode is going to make it more difficult to do that. I feel like being in this hermit mode is the trap, and it's weird, but I feel like the time for hermiting is over, and the time for doing and speaking is now, to bring resolution to the areas that need resolution before we move into the moment where everything starts to move. Because with teamwork, with other mirrors, it is going to be easier and quicker and better for you to allow lights into your life to help you with this. Especially, and this is me being biased, I'm going to preface this with my bias. If there is a light in your life that you can see for what it was, if you can see for what it is now, maybe it's time to collaborate with that light. Because I feel like if that light has been something that has served you well and that was guided to you, like, the separation definitely happened for a reason. But I feel like there is something to be gained. Then we have the Lovers upright. See, it ain't necessarily got to be about love. What's that song, Just Friends? I have it on my Spotify. I'm trying to remember. There's a line in it. Is it the stars? Oh, wait. Maybe we'll drink nothing too far gone. Nothing too far gone. If we do drink, we ain't getting drunk. Release alcoholism. So maybe that's a message. Maybe we'll drink nothing too far gone. Is it the stars saying fall in love? No, we don't say much as we lay here. Are we just friends? Just friends. My voice is a little off today, but it is what it is. Shoot, I ain't even gonna try too hard. It's folks outside and I'm nervous. The Lovers and the Two of Wands in reverse. What is this? The Discerning One. The Discerning. I love this. Especially with this energy, with that moon coming out in reverse, with this erudite in reverse, with this hermit, I feel like there was this victory in reverse, right? These two messengers. Two messengers. So one of the messengers, girl, they both affirming the same gosh darn message. As above, so below. But it's like there was this victory in reverse. There's this hollow victory. You successfully completed one of the steps, but it's like don't go too far. Because part one was to give it up to see what you needed to see. Part two is to go back and to reconcile and to make things better. So part three, you can get to where you really need to be, right? So we have this erudite in reverse. There was a need for a hermit mode. Lux et Lukeo non uro. No, Lux et tenebris. That's what I wanted to read. Lux et tenebris, light from the darkness, right? So you had to go into the darkness to find this light, right? But I don't think you're supposed to stay in that darkness, because you staying in that darkness is giving into this devil energy. And also, maybe we'll drink nothing too far gone. Nothing too far gone. Like, you do what you got to do to cope, but nothing too far gone, right? You don't want to fall completely to the wayside, but you do what you got to do. And with this Lovers upright, I feel like this, and this doesn't have to be like someone that we love. I just feel like this is someone that had tremendous impact in our lives. And with this Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's this energy with this mirroring the Six of Wands in reverse, where it's like, and it's the discerning one. The discerning one is why I'm getting here. I feel like you didn't see it for what it was before. Maybe because there was too much distraction. Because it wasn't yet time to see it for what it was. The time had not yet come. But the time, it's like now you're in this space, you may be questioning your discernment. You may be questioning why you did this and why you did that. Like, if that was so good, if that is where I was meant to be, then why did you tell me to let it go? And it's, oh, discerning one, you are asking the right questions. You are asking the right questions, discerning one. But are you listening to the answers? Do you? With the discerning one in reverse, you didn't see it for what it really was before. And maybe that's why you didn't move as far as you went. I feel like that's where a lot of the hesitation came in, because you couldn't see it. You were too far in the dark with this ivory shield. The ivory shield is the queen of cups. You are protecting your heart, which is completely and totally valid. It makes sense. We all do it. Ivory shield followed by the archangel of glory. This is the king of wands energy. In reverse, you might have Leo in your chart somewhere, because this is Leo energy. Fixed fire. Yes. Or Aries or Sagittarius. But it's specifically Leo in my book. And then this is Cancer. Being a little crabby in your shell. It's like, oh, Cancer, perfect. You were in your shell. Trying to protect your little gosh darn heart. Not really going after what you wanted. Maybe because you didn't know what you wanted. Maybe that's why with this Six of Wands in reverse, you might not be feeling too victorious right now. Archangel of Glory in reverse. Next, we have the joined one, Two of Cups in reverse. So that's interesting. We go from the Two of Wands in reverse, the discerning one, to the Ivory Shield upright and the Archangel of Glory in reverse. Being guarded and protected and not completely in your full power, because you were guarded and protected. You were in this space where you weren't in your full power because you're discovering your power. And that's fine, discerning one. And then we go to this joined one in reverse. Maybe this is about love, but maybe not. I just feel like this could just be like deep soulmate energy, right? It doesn't have to be lovers, because I feel like with this deep soulmate energy, like there is someone, like speaking of like soul contracts, where we came into each other's life to help one person find the light, to help the other person refine the light, to serve as a light, and things that had to happen, right? And with this joined one, I feel like the connection is still there, but it is in this precarious placement where it could be severed. And I feel like if you sever this connection, that's going to be like you cutting out the sun, going through this demon golem phase where it's victory, yes, but it's empty victory because you cut out the thing that you needed. It's not that you needed it, but you cut something out that was there to serve you. And you cut it out, and so then that's you falling into this devil, now upright, and the devil was upright before, that's falling into this trap. It's like then you go all the way back here. It's like with this Two of Cups in reverse, if you decide to cut it out, it's like then you like go back to the beginning. So this is going to be 2 rows. This is going to be the old cycle, and that's why we have the second messenger here. I feel like this is when the second messenger takes over. Okay, I'll slide you down here. Oof, I hope y'all can see this. I ain't even want to. I was just supposed to be getting the final message. Like, this is the final message, but then I want 1 card. You're still going to get 1 card, or you might get 5 cards. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. So this is the first message. This is the cycle. This Hermit in reverse, Devil upright, Lovers upright, 2 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Cups upright, King of Swords, or King of Wands in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. If you cut out that which was meant to serve you, and you can feel it by the separation of this connection. See, there's a difference between cord cutting with a karmic tie and grieving that, and actually cutting out something that was meant to be there for you. I don't know what the difference is, because I'm only human, but I feel like there is a difference. And so if you make that choice, you start here. If you're in this space of feeling that like you did everything that you were supposed to do, but why then don't you feel victorious? Why don't you feel like a champion? Why do you feel like you've lost something? See the messenger. This is the message. Maybe you'll go into another hermit mode. You'll fall back into addictions or some other stuff, and then with this lover, maybe there's something that you need somebody else to break, and so maybe you'll call in somebody else, maybe the same person. Maybe you'll go back and you'll apologize to that person. And then with the 2 of Wands in reverse, it's like with the discerning one being in reverse, because if the shields are still up and you're still just not getting, if you're still not in your power, then I feel like this is going to be a cycle that you can repeat if you want. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles, the Ivory Shield, upright. The Ebony Shield and the Ivory Shield are both upright. Love that. Ace of Cups, Holy Water, upright. Oof. 3 of Wands, the Politic, upright. And the Holy See, Hierophant, Taurus energy, upright. I ain't make this up. This is just how the cards came out. And the moon is freaking upright now. The moon was in reverse when I set it down, I thought, but it's upright, so hey. The Necromancer. Bring me back to life. Bring me back to life. I think that's the whole song. They only say, bring me back to life. No, because then there's other words. I feel like you have still this window of opportunity where you can revive this. You can carry it forward. And I think it's time to expand your guard. Pentacles, I feel like Cups talks about the self-connection, self-expression, a lot of that. Pentacles integrates other people, right? Because that's like family, right? And so I feel like instead of being so guarded and protected of yourself with the Ivory Shield, instead of being so guarded and protected over yourself, drop down, rise into this Ebony Shield, right? Because it's like there's more for you to care about. Like the whole world is in this apple. Your family, the world, everything. The pinnacle is the world. That's why it represents the 3D. Health, wealth, family, stuff like that, right? And it's like pouring it into something that will give rise to more things. And I feel like in this shift from going from the Ivory Shield to the Ebony Shield, it's like stepping into this Empress energy. because it is bringing moisture, bringing life to the soil, right? If the soil is all dry, ain't got a lick of moisture, what's gonna grow in there? Maybe some cactuses, maybe. But cactuses even need a little bit of water. Cactuses gotta have something to work with, right? That's why sometimes you'll just see tumbleweeds. You won't even see cactuses, just tumbleweeds, dried plant vegetation that used to be there. And then there is this Ace of Cups again, followed by the Three of Wands and the Hierophant, the Holy See. And right, and I think I said something about like it was, what was it? The Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, High Priestess, Hierophant, where it's like the options that weren't it are vanishing. Maybe you accidentally gotten rid of something. Not accidentally, because nothing happens on accident. It was destined, it was purposed, it was planned for you to see the value in it and to really push you to heal. Like, look at what you just gave up. Why did you give that up? I can't believe you gave that up. And then you're like, wow, maybe I gave that up because there's something within me that feels yet undeserving of something like that. And the undeserving that you may or may not feel, if this is resonating, that's the double upright. And I pointed to this Ace of Cups when I meant to point to this, but it was down here. So maybe you did receive something that was an Ace of Cups in the past that turned out to be not so great, and that's maybe one reason why you were a little hesitant. Maybe that's one reason why you were so guarded with this Queen of with the Ivory Shield, Queen of Cups, power and authority of water. With your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. But where's the heart, sis? Where's the heart, sis? Water and heart are separate. Did y'all notice that? Water and heart are not the same element. Man. Isn't that interesting? And people would be like, people would be dogging my tea. Like, wow, he got heart. Like, what kind of whatever. He can get some animals to come in. Just like Aquaman, they dog Aquaman too. But everybody wish they could talk to animals. Okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, with that, I feel like with this Hierophant, with this Holy See being at the end, I feel like this is creating a newer, holier foundation. This is seeing it through, right? Ace of Cups, the politic, and so with this politic here, I feel like the politic speaks to a certain amount of maybe conversation that you feel needs to be had. Um, and like in a more general and broad sense, maybe there was this subconscious element where it's like, this is a connection that I care about deeply. And I have this platform, I have these people in my life, and I don't want to integrate this person with my platform. I don't want to integrate this person with the people in my life out of fear that it may not work. Because honestly, my track record in the past wasn't that great. But with this politic and upright, I feel like this, it's not swords, it is wands. And maybe it's a good thing that it's wands because we're not trying to cut each other, right? But I feel like there is some discussion that needs to be had. The Three of Wands brownie also came out before. It was right here. It was on top of this messenger. Because there was the Three of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Pentacles. So the Three of Wands is this messenger, this Page of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles is this Queen of Pentacles, really guarding and standing strong on that foundation, ready to protect the legacy that has yet to be, that has yet to come into being. And then on top of the Seven of Pentacles sits this Ace of Cups. And that speaks of, if you see the value in it now, if you know that this is a good seed, why not pour into it? And it's sitting under this devil. It's actually sitting under the erudite in reverse, but the way it was the devil. So I'll pull both of them. Well, let's move this, because this was the overall anyway. The Six of Wands was the overall. So then we have this page sitting on top of the page. We have this Hermit in reverse sitting on top of the Queen of Pentacles. Notice both Earth energy. And then we have this Devil sitting on top of the Ace of Cups. And then we have these. Well, I was going to say these two, but there's a whole bunch of cards over here. There's a whole bunch of cards over here. And I feel like at this point, I'm basically going to be repeating myself. But it fell away to teach you what's really worth fighting for. To teach you what was worth fighting for, and to ask you, are you going to fight for it? Strength in reverse. The Force in reverse. That's a question for you. It ain't gonna be easy, but it is worth the fight. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Look at that. Strength in reverse, but the Fool upright. The Initiate. But I love that Initiate energy, because I feel like that affirms everything that I've been saying on this channel about the pages. I feel like we should be coming into some page energy. And it's not immature page energy. It's just like a whole new world page energy. A lot of the toxic stuff from the past, if you've left those cycles behind, it's the page 2.0. And the Fool is upright, right? With the cosmic egg, the white of the egg is the water. The yolk is the fire. The membrane is the air. And the shell is the earth, with the snake coiled around it, which is creative energy, symbolizing life, heading down the path with its guide sleeping there, waiting for you to start to really wake up. And so if you've just come into your guides really present, then congratulations, you've started the path. Cutting to the Archangel of the Wish Granted and the Archangel of Mysteries, both upright. That is King of Pentacles energy. Archangel of Mystery, she who illuminates the darkness, she who travels the darkness to help lost souls. Wish granted. I had a wish granted. I had a 9 of Cups. I don't know if I still have it, because choices. But let's see. Okay, give me the last and final one card to wrap this up, please. And please don't make it a page. You know what? Do what y'all want. I'm here for the ride. If this is a 3-hour video, this is a 3-hour video. If folks are going to watch it, they're going to watch it. If they're not going to watch it, they're not going to watch it. Okay, that one came out upright. Oof, okay. I'm going to be careful. These two came out front side, upside. So I'm going to put the rest of these back in the deck and try not to expose anybody. Because I'm really not trying to read all these. It's only 3 more, but I ain't trying to do it. Bottom of the deck is now the Archangel of Mysteries is in reverse. Going through the darkness, and I don't know why. Will you take up the light, or will you continue to wonder? The answer is something that you will choose. So we have the Captor and the Gardener. We go from an 8 to a 7. 8 of Swords to the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles speaks of, that was right here, right? 7 of Pentacles, what monster was that? I don't even remember. I don't even think I left out. Gremlins. 7 of Pentacles, Gremlins. Right? So maybe there's lots of little things nagging at you. It's like, I want to go back, but, I'm not, there's like this, and there's that, and I don't want to ruin it again, and I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. But with this 8 of Swords, I feel like upright, I feel like somebody is still, they're just like in their head, trapped. And look at her. She's in her head, not knowing which seed to plant. I don't know which seed to plant. Which seed is a good seed? Which seed is a bad seed? I was in this situation before, and I thought I picked a good seed, but it was a bad seed. And then I had a good seed that I thought was a bad seed sometimes, realizing it was a good seed. And it's like, come on, Jack. One of these is going to get you to the beanstalk. And by the beanstalk, I mean, ascending to the heavens. Now she's upright. I love that. I love when I set the deck down and then it turns upright. You're not lost. You're just finding your way. There's a difference between being lost and finding your way. Don't lose your way. Da 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 da. I don't know that song, but it's from Kill la Kill if you've ever seen Kill la Kill. Don't lose your way. I don't know. I'm going to choose to hope for the best outcome. And your girl has been Pisces wishy-washy left and right all over. She don't know what to do because her heart is telling her one thing, but the world is saying another. And she's ready to move and she don't want to waste no time on a brother. Get it together. And by she, I mean me. I've been wishy-washy. If you're new to my channel, Ace of Michael and the Five of Gabriel. Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Clear up them communication problems. Five of Gabriel. A challenge you can resolve. Withdraw from the drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Have patience with yourself. Practice kindness. Be kind to yourself, and realize that regardless of the side you sit on, if this is this side versus that side, I'm getting heavy this side that side vibes because I feel like in some ways you can have a sun and a devil within you, but if you're giving into the devil, you're giving into the devil, right? And I hate to make it seem that black and white, but it's like we really have to be in a space where we can be completely and totally used in order to be that sign. Now, you can be a star. You can be a star because, stars exist in the dark. But I don't think you can be a sun and still be tied to the devil. You can be a star, though. But to really have that weight and that impact, you need to know when to come outside of yourself. And that's something that I have definitely learned. But, again, I have had a complete and total year of very, 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 very intense self-work. And I've always been like connected and intuitive like my whole life. I've always had a connection to spirit, and it's been, for me, Nine of Gabriel and the Moon, for me it's been like personal. It's existed outside of religion. I actually kind of sort of fell out with religion because it conflicted with my own personal whatever. And it's interesting, they say that we have a piece of God inside of all of us, and I've always been connected to that piece. And so when I would come across a reflection on the outside that conflicted with that piece, I'm not gonna lie, there was a time when I was like what, like this don't make sense to me. But I would still stay in communication with that piece. Just because the structure didn't fit doesn't mean that the substance behind it like I ever left. And so I've been guided and moving. King of Gabriel, you've been coming out a lot. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experiences that lead to success. Genuine concern for others. Maybe I've come into my King of Gabriel energy. With the King of Gabriel at the bottom of the deck. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Queen of Gabriel is passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So if you've attracted a helpful person in your life and then you cut them out, maybe now's the time to revisit that connection. Maybe it fell apart so you can see the truth in that connection. Maybe it fell apart so you can see that you have work to do. Maybe it fell apart so that they could see it too. I don't know. And this is it. I'm actually going to shut it down now. I'm not going to make this any longer by going through all the boxes. Sorry that this is 2 hours and like 10 minutes long, but as y'all see, when I get into it, I can really get into it. And like, this actually might be nearing one of the longer videos I did. I did like a 2-hour personal video one time. That was wild. The parts that you could hear, you'll be able to hear. If you get overly annoyed because things were too loud, I don't know, I'm sorry. And have a great day. Or evening, wherever you are. Whenever you see this, have a great time. Bye.